Welcome everyone back to the tasting room. I'm Chris Lafleur. We are tasting lot 891, a Grenache Blanc from Suisun Valley. Grenache Blanc, what is it? Well, it is a mutation of Grenache. You know, normally when you see Grenache, it's a red variety grown in the south of France or in Spain. And in this case, it is mutated and turned white, and now it's been cultivated. This is pretty common with some grapes. Tempranillo also mutates and turns white. Pinot Noir mutates and turns white, which gives us some of our favorites like Pinot Grigio. In this case, we have a white version of Grenache, and it's delightful. This is considered to be a winter white, which is to say that this is a grape that is something you want to think about or ruminate on. They tend to be less fresh and less driven by acidity and more focused on like a concentration of fruit. Other grapes that fit in that category would be like Roussanne and Marsanne, sometimes Viognier, depending on how it's made. But in this case, we're dealing with Grenache and it's still in that contemplative state, but really forward with fruit in the peach and pear kind of category, but we'll taste that and confirm. This spends about 50% of its time in neutral oak vessels, so it does have some influence of barrel in it. You can see that it's a little darker in color, so probably some oxidation here giving it that sense. But this also spends 50% of its time in stainless steel barrels. So there is an idea here that they want to get a core of freshness because stainless steel gets that for you. Now let's see the color. Pretty beautiful to see. It's got almost a copper tint to it, as well as that like kind of gold oxidation, which I usually associate with barrels. But maybe there's a little bit of skin contact here, giving us also that slight copper tone. That's a beautiful nose. Really, really lovely. Concentrated with fruit for sure. There's peach here, there's pear, there's a little bit of lemon curd kind of underscoring everything. So it gives it another depth of character. And a touch of baking spice maybe on the nose. I know it's neutral oak, but sometimes neutral oak still gives a little bit of flavor, and I think that's what we're seeing. Let's taste it, because why wait? I'm gonna spit it just this time because it's not fair that I get to drink it and you don't right now. So let's take it easy. But that's really good. Kind of like I expected. It feels very broad. Grenache tends to be relatively high in alcohol compared to other white grapes and also not so acidic. But because of that, the core of the fruit, again, is what is driving this wine. There's a lot of peach, a lot of pear, a lot of apricot, lots of stone fruit. And again, the baking spice gives it a nice round balance to it. So I think this is something that you're gonna enjoy remarkably well. So where does this fit in your cellar? If this even makes it to your cellar, because you could put down a case of this pretty easily, this is something that I wouldn't lay down for very long, but definitely something to bring out over the next couple of months whenever you've got friends over, whenever you're having a nice casual dinner, or maybe you just want something to sip on a Friday night. If you want to show someone something new they've never had before, Grenache Blanc is a great wine for that, because I know that there's not a lot of this in California. So wherever you have this, I think you're going to enjoy it. With that, I'd say, enjoy your Grenache Blanc, and I will see you at the next glass.